So
All right.
let me just do my intro. What's up, all my Lambda family and friends?
How you doing? How you doing?
Today we got a special show for you. Let me put this ruler down. I have my homie Zach on here. He just is a new person joining Lambda School, and guess what? He's taking what I feel is the most hardest course to date. He is doing the data science course. So Zach, go on and tell them about you. By the way, people, he's a cowboy, just so you know. But he'll tell you more about that later.
So, okay, no doubt. And yes, I am, but not really. So I'm from Oakland. I'm from Oakland, Cali. That's where I grew up. That's where I'm from. Not necessarily. I've moved around a lot, actually, growing up. I moved from California to Florida to Indianapolis to Chicago to Wisconsin. That's where I am now. So before I was going to school in Wisconsin. After that, I moved to Utah to go to school for computer technology. That didn't really work out for me that well. So then I moved back to Wisconsin, and that's when I learned about Lambda. So that's when I started going to Lambda, going to school, and realizing how hard this shit really is. And it's not hard. It's just not a lot of support. Not a lot of people of color. Not saying there isn't people like you going to the school, but it's like you really don't see a lot of people you can relate to on here that are struggling, because we're all focused on this linear goal, which is getting a job, understanding the curriculum and all this other stuff. But I feel like if we do work together as people of color first, and all of us working together, even if we're all going to different courses, which is what this channel is made for, Afro developers, I feel like if it was more structured and separated, not necessarily separated because you can't separate us, you can't divide us because we already are divided. But I feel like if you do put us together, but not necessarily separate, we will be able to understand the things that they're trying to say a lot better. So I feel like data science is real. It is complex. I actually had to get deferred because it was very hard for me to understand right away. It was very hard for me to understand everything right away. So that's why I had to get deferred. I had to stop, and then I had to go through everything I was learning, like the statistics and all this other stuff. And then after that, I jumped in. Today is my second day. I just had my first day back from December. I was going to school in November, and then I had stopped and got deferred and waited till December 2nd, and then today's my second day.
Okay.
And I had a tough time even still, because they changed the curriculum so much. It's like, whoa, but it's not like I can't pick up on it. It's not like I can't understand anything, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot. But it
So Zach, why data science? What drew you to that? Like for me, when I first looked at the different choices, I was more about the salary. So that goes back to what you're saying about
me too.
And data science has one of the highest starting. Like I think it's almost like a quarter. I wouldn't say $250,000.
Like $100,000.
Yeah, exactly. So
like $100,000 a year plus.
Yeah,
like up to 500.
Yeah.
But like it takes a lot. And so what do you mean? What drew me to it was
what was it that piqued your interest? Because like, like everybody, like I'll tell you the secret that I realized to this game, right? You got to do it because you're passionate about it, right? So when I looked at everything, I said coding, I said data science over my head, and there's few things over my head, but UX was kind of like designing, and I'm good at design, and I'm good at problem solving. So I was like, oh, I'll be good at UX. I'll succeed at that because I'm already good at those things. So for you, are you naturally like a mathematician?
No, and that's the crazy
analytical. Are you like that guy that's like?
That's why I picked it. I picked it because I suck at math, and because I knew I would have to master it at some point in my life. I picked it because I suck at math, not because I was good at it, not because it was something but also behind that, it was because of other things I was interested in that I had to learn math to understand what exactly was going on. I was like, well, shoot, if this is AI and all these other shit that's going on with machine learning and the things I'm curious about, just it, like just out of curiosity, I was like, okay, well, shoot, I want to learn this, but I have to learn math. Fuck it, I'll be a fucking I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
And so that's
So
why.
okay. So today was so what is data science? Explain it to me and like explain it to me like I don't know. Like I'm like somebody that asks you, what is data science?
Okay.
I ask you had to get on this to me. Like I asked you, what is data science?
Okay, well, honestly, data science is like, it's a variety of different things. You can't just do data science is basically the study of getting information and making assumptions about what you've learned about it. So you could get data from like nature. So you learn like how many trees grow in this certain amount of time or whatever the case is in different fields, or like business or the stock market, or different models that you make with the data you get. And then after that, you use it, you clean it up, because some of the things that you're learning aren't exactly accurate. You use those things that you learn and clean up to actually see exactly what is going on. What is y'all do? No, I'm not trying.
You good. Keep going.
I'm not. Okay, good. Okay. But yeah, so that's what data science is, and then it goes into like machine learning and then artificial intelligence, like telling machines and programs what to do and how to do it a certain way. And that's where you get the predictions the predictions of certain things, of like forecasting what's about to happen in the future. Almost, that's why they say in the Lambda School like curriculum or overview of what data science is, it's like gaining superpowers of learning what basically telling the future, predicting the future. But it's not like that. I'm not saying that's what you're learning, but you're learning how to do math. Really, it's really all just math and how to create variables and different functions and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
So the end product, what is the end product of all the math? Like, how is the math applied to this from what you learned so far?
Okay, so how the math is applied to what we're trying to get, the end result. So the end result, right? Basically, is that what you're asking? Like, what is the end result of all these formulas and variables and all this other shit? It is a model of what will be, what is to come, or what happened, and what to see exactly will happen in the future after we've gotten the data on what has happened and what is happening.
Okay. So today was your second day. So tell me what you thought about your first day. What was your first day like? What was Monday like for you?
First day was easy because I was reviewing and I was going through it, and I was going through it, but obviously life happens, so I'm going through life and I'm getting the time to study when I can and stuff like that. But going through it, the first day was easy. Second day, we had to actually change our notebooks and do different things in GitHub and stuff that I was honestly a little bit confused about at first. And then after that, I had like stuff happen with me right as I was going to school today, but everything actually didn't really seem as hard as it was. It was really just following along with the notes, with the lecture notes, and then putting it into the assignment. So honestly, it wasn't that challenging today. I just have to finish a little bit of my assignment and then turn it in.
Okay. So I know so basically, is your day similar to mine's? Like, do you do a guided project? Like you do the like it's I do, we do, you do? Are you doing
exactly
that?
The same, exactly the same thing. But the difference is, our teachers are obviously what we're learning about, and the UX is really cool. I saw that, and that's really dope. I really think that's dope how you guys can really design and learn about how that shit works in coding, because really it's about code, but everyone says focus on the code, and that's what she told me, which was focus on the code, and I agree with that. And
so
she said don't worry too much.
So you have coding as well? You guys
exactly. We got code. Hold on. We coding.
Okay. Oh, snap.
We're doing math around here. We're doing math.
Oh, snap.
But it's really, this is a data set. This is a set of data. It's a collection of, like rows of like categorical stuff. So it's like if you're comparing like car evaluation, you're seeing like the doors, the mat of the car, the type of how many people can fit in there, the price and the safety and stuff like that compared to the quality of the car and stuff like that, or the type of car. And we do that, and then we have to clean that though, because some of the stuff in there isn't accurate or correct. Some of the things aren't there in there. We have to like get rid of and then fix and change and stuff to make it like an actual real, data set. And along with that, we have to make visualizations. So visualizations is like a graph of like showing you what we did. It's like a pie graph, histogram, and these different graphs go in different dimensions. So you can see it from like a 4-dimensional, 3-dimensional perspective with the visualization. And it's really cool. It's really cool to see how all that shit ties together. And excuse my language, but yeah, it all ties in together with
and what were you
all
doing?
The different variables.
And if you don't mind me asking, what were you doing before you came to Lambda School?
I was in school in Utah for computer technology. I was learning about just computers in themselves and about like different operating systems. I was going to school for that kind of stuff because that's what I was interested in. I've been interested in computers ever since, not like I was little, but like ever since I grew up and learned, because I'm a producer as well. I make music. So yeah, so as I was growing up and learning how to make music on the computer, I'm like, shoot, what does the computer do? So that's why I went to school, and I was like, let's learn about this computer and see what it does and how it works. And so I was learning about the external parts of the computer and how to build a computer, how to actually take a computer apart and put it back together, a desktop computer.
And how many people are in your cohort? How large is your cohort?
I'm not sure. I think it's like 30 people. Excuse me, 1 second.
No, you're fine. Take your time. So yeah, I'm over here giving you guys a little bit of exposure to what I like to call a hidden element of Lambda School, and that's the data science curriculum.
And is this your YouTube channel?
Yeah, this is gonna be on my YouTube channel. You can see my YouTube channel.
Yeah. So definitely follow, subscribe. I would love to see more of your content.
I'm gonna send you the link right now.
Your journey in Lambda School as a UX.
Yeah, I've been vlogging ever since I started, just out of boredom, and I wanted to document this new curve in my life. Because like me, I'm in Hawaii, so I live in Hawaii.
That's tight. Yeah. That's really tight.
And I go to Lambda full time.
Because I have a friend that lives there too.
Oh, that's what's up.
His name is Kevin, and he's in the Army. So yeah.
Oh, okay. And I go to Lambda full time, and I was very skeptical at first. It used to come across my computer, and I would be like, this can't be legit. It's no upfront expense until you get a job. And then finally, when I got back, I was involuntarily put out of the workforce again with my last job. I said, let me check this out. Let me check out what they're doing. And I have done a couple of apps in the past. I actually created a couple of apps in the past, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. And I wasn't really good at the UX part. I was good at the building of the app part and getting people like a project manager. I was really good at that part. And then I had to go and get people to do the UX, and to do that was really expensive. So I tried to do it myself. I tried to do the UX myself, and I came out with crappy designs because I didn't know what I was doing. So this is what really pulled me, So it was like 4 or 5 years of just, messing around, and then finally bring me to something like Lambda School. Or I should say Lambda School was created for someone like me who wanted to learn how to do this, but there's no direct road, There's no fixed point. So that's what brought me here. So now I know you wanted to talk about the channels in Slack. I know you wanted to talk about the channels in Slack. So here goes the thing. What I notice is I agree with you. There should be more coordination with a channel like AfroDev. There should be more coordination.
I see people from everybody from every walk of life on here, and it's just like, well, if we're all trying to learn about this computer, like it's really the computer. Like we're all trying to learn about the computer. and all these people are from different places. Why don't we have more structure, especially? And I'm not sitting here trying to bash on anyone who created this or anything like that at all. Because it's beautiful in itself that you could have all people in the same place.
Yeah, that's like I said. Like today, I made a new friend, which is you, and that's one thing I love about Lambda School is I'm actually getting around like-minded people like myself. Like, believe it or not, in the workforce, there's people that I worked with as coworkers. They're nothing like anybody I met at Lambda School. You know what I mean? They're mostly into themselves. They're not outgoing. They're definitely not friendly. They're definitely not happy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love Lambda School so much, because everyone's like on the same vibration. But I noticed, when it comes to the cohesion, it's pretty much like devs all for themselves, and then everybody else is a sprinkle. You know, so if you're not a dev, if you're not a developer, then you don't really
you don't matter. And it's like, wait, hold on,
you don't really grow with them. Yeah,
and especially people who are making and creating the the GUI, the whole.
Yeah, we need them. Yeah, we need them. Yeah, we need them.
People see.
Yeah.
On the behind the scenes of the data, behind the scenes of the web.
Yeah, we need them.
How else are people gonna know what the fuck is going on? And not like in the rude way, but I'm just saying, I just feel like that's honesty.
Well, what I learned is that I
like that. I like that it's different. I like that it's all the same, but I feel like it needs to be structured. I feel like it needs to be structured, and the fact that it was made in the first place was beautiful. Yeah.
Well, what I do every Wednesday, and you're welcome to join tomorrow if you want. Every Wednesday at 5:30, I just do an impromptu Zoom. And I got a couple of devs in there. It's myself. And basically, we just chop it up and we throw things around the table.
I like that. I really do.
About, doing things with each other, starting businesses, whatever. Because I tell people, if we get this thing organized, right, what we really have here is we really have an instant startup that can be hugely scaled with employees in the thousands, right?
Because I see on the advertisements and all of everybody who's created anything big, big.
Yeah.
It's not the people who create it. It's only the people who own it.
Yeah. So we have enough people that we could start something and create one hell of a dynamic product. We got UX, we got dev, and we got data science.
Create something. I'll tell you the reason why I'm even doing this, and I'm not trying to talk over you. I'm not trying to interrupt. If you still have to say what you have to say, continue. I don't have anything to talk over or anything like that. I just had to quickly say something. The reason why I even started this whole stuff was to try and create self-sustaining houses.
Oh, okay.
Portable. Self-sustaining. I'm talking about with the solar power, with Wi-Fi.
There you go.
Not Wi-Fi though that is harmful to the environment itself, but Wi-Fi that is symbiotic with the biological properties of the nature, the environment.
Okay. I like that.
So while still having a connection, if you want, with our phones, the cellular devices and stuff like that. That was what I wanted to do. That's what I want to do. That is what I will do, and why I started.
We got Wi-Fi all day. If you got locks, you got Wi-Fi all day. That's what the locks is for.
But I don't even know about that.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Okay. I'll send you some information about that. I mean, you're in Wisconsin, so it's a lot of spirituality out there. I don't know how you feel about this guy, but I'm going to say his name. Kanye West, I think he's brought a couple of acres of land out there because it has a spiritual significance. It's considered, there's a region out there that's considered one of the holies. It's a spiritual thing. You go in, you ground yourself, and you meditate and everything. And
I never heard of it. I never heard of anything like that.
I'm gonna send it to you. Yeah, that's where I think that's where the Skywalkers and them come from. So not Star Wars. the myth about the men who walked on the sky from the indigenous.
And I've never even heard about a myth like that.
Yeah.
I never heard of anything like that. And so
that's where it comes from.
Those things I'm interested in doing. And why I started doing it. And learning about it. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I like your vision for the self-sustaining homes and all of that and cumbersome. And that's a beautiful vision. And I believe you're going to see it through. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. Lambda School gives us access to all of that. You know what I mean? Because like me, I usually recruit my employees from Upwork. You know what I'm saying? I go on Upwork and recruit my employees. Upwork is a freelance marketplace, but it's like a battlefield, man. It's like a minefield. You know, you never know who's gonna blow up in your face or who's gonna, really help you get down the path. You know, it's just crazy. But if you find some good people, they really do good work, and it's just really, really hard though, because you gotta vet so many people. You know what I'm saying? But here, we're all here. We have the opportunity to make a Facebook or Amazon or a Google, and by that I mean the technical abilities. You see what I'm saying? The technical abilities to create that. And like I tell people, I was talking about this 2 weeks ago. I see technology as becoming the sixth element of hip hop. You know what hip hop was? I see technology being the sixth part of it. You know?
I feel like it's a tool, and I feel like it's a tool to help us understand ourselves better.
Yeah.
Not only ourselves and nature better.
Yeah.
Not like nature doesn't help us understand it, but help us learn about it. Like not even like it's a lazy way by just sitting in nature.
Yeah.
It's not lazy. That's very I can't even think of the word. Very everything.
Gotcha. So moving on. So moving on. Do you have
I feel like nature also helped create technology. Not like that, but like you understand. So like if it's in here, if it's part of it, we have to learn how to have balance between nature and technology. And I feel like it's not really balanced.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
we're hurting it. I feel like we're hurting nature.
Yeah.
I feel like it.
What so do you have any dream companies in mind that you're looking at to work for? Have you explored?
No, I have a project I don't understand. I want to work on, but I'm only in unit 1 of data science. So I have a project though that I want to work in mind and then continue. It's about a project about me making like a visualization of data about the effects of electromagnetic pulses / waves on the environment.
Oh, okay.
And how the effects of it is. And I want to find something on that. And so, yeah, that's what I want to do.
So when you do your builds, you know, like, are you able to pick your own project, or they assign you a project to build as part of your course?
They don't assign. They say focus on something you're interested in. But with me, I don't know like exactly what I'm interested in. Like that's what I want to do. But I know they will take some time, so I just have to think of something more like secondary, so that way I can like get a smaller thing. I can build up to that and then build up more.
Okay. So how would you rate your last 2 days on a scale of 1 to 10? Don't be bashful. How would you really rate them?
Honestly, if you want to go to Lambda School, do it. You could do it. But honestly, my aim is like a 7 because if you have a stable situation, you could do this.
Okay.
If you have like a stable, like you're already prepared and you've done like if you know for a fact this is what you want to do, you can do it.
Okay.
I'm only using one. I know I could do this, but I can't speak for anyone, and that's what I think. That's what I think.
Okay, so that's what we got for today. If you want, I would like to maybe, get back up with you a couple of weeks from now and see where you're at, because that's what this is all about, seeing where you're at a couple of weeks from now. So, if you don't got anything else to add, then I'm just going to wrap it up.
Okay, no problem, Will. I was appreciate talking to you.
All right, you too. Thank you for your time. Check your Slack. I put some links in there to the channel, and I'm probably gonna put this up tomorrow. So once it's live, I'll let you know, and you can check it out. Later.